We are live on the air. Welcome back to more arena football action. And it is Wrestlemania weekend. We actually got a little unexpected break. I thought all the shows were going to kind of run right into each other, but we got about 2 hours between the end of TakeOver and the beginning of the kickoff show for Wrestlemania. So we're going to take a little wrestling break because I've been watching a lot of it since Thursday, and we're going to jump into two arena football games against the Grand Rapids Rampage in week 2 and the Chicago Rush in week number 3. So it's going to be our home opener here against the 1-0 undefeated Rampage. So two undefeated squads going at it. And this Rampage team is a pretty stacked roster. They're led by quarterback Tony Graziani, who had his original run in the Arena Football League with the Avengers and the Philadelphia Soul. And he was our potential draft pick that we passed up on to take a younger and cheaper quarterback in Michael Bishop, and it paid out in week 1. He got 8 touchdown passes, got us the win, and boy, the guy we got to look for, Nate Peterson, who also had 8 touchdown receptions on 8 catches, which was absolutely incredible. So this is TB Sports 27. If you're just jumping in, we're about to send a tweet out, as we always do, to the people to let everyone know that we've gone live, and we do that over on Twitter, TB Sports 27 on Twitter. That is where you can check us out and give us a follow. We tweeted some stuff earlier about what have you been enjoying so far in WrestleMania weekend. And while yes, we are going to be playing arena football, we decided to take, or basically I want to take a little wrestling break because, like I said, we had been watching so much of it. So that's why we're going to throw some arena football in the mix. And we are just about to send the tweet out. We are live, arena football. I should throw a WrestleMania hashtag in there since we are kind of talking WrestleMania. Oh, that's not the right hashtag. I want the one with the star. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. All right, we sent the tweet out. We also, TV Sports 27, you can catch all the replays. The YouTube channel has been picking up some steam ever since we started uploading our 2K22 Universe mode. A lot of people have been clicking on those. Some of the most watched replays are the WWE 2K22. And, you know, if that's the stuff you guys like, I'm going to keep pumping it out to you. And we're on Patreon as well, TV Sports 27 on Patreon, where we got hours and hours of bonus content. We're uploading the original archives from our original YouTube channel up over on Patreon. And as the Patreon support picks up and grows over there, we'll do other exclusive Patreon streams for just the Patreon members. And that's also where you can become a super fan and a mega fan. And you can request what we play. So if you don't want to see arena football, if you want to see baseball or hockey or Pokemon or whatever you want to see, you can request that over on Patreon and become a weekly or monthly super fan or mega fan. So let's jump into week number 2. It's going to be our home opener as we are going up against the Grand Rapids Rampage here. And let's talk what we've watched so far. Like I said, WrestleMania weekend. We're in between NXT TakeOver, which I just finished, and the WrestleMania Night 1. So far on Thursday, I pretty much just watched MLW and Impact, and I never know if the volume's too loud or not for the background, so I think every right about there is good. You guys let me know if it's too loud. But yeah, on Friday, I watched... Well, they got the silver helmets in this game. That's interesting. In the Xbox one, they have the black helmets. I'm going to do a quick audio check, too. Let's see. Audio check. Test, test, test. Okay. Sounded good. Test, test, test. Audio. Let me bump my mic up a little bit. Hello, hello. Check, check, check. Test, 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 test. Don't you love it? We're doing the audio test right here live on the broadcast, right? But you know that's how you got to do it. Anyway, yeah. So Tuesday or Friday, I will say, I got home from work. I watched SmackDown, which there ended up being a lot more matches on SmackDown than what I was expecting. There you see we're the top two teams in the Central here. I wasn't expecting SmackDown to be as packed as it was, but it was pretty packed. And saw Madcap Moss, who in our universe world is going to be competing for the Tag Team Championships coming up at WrestleMania Backlash. He won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I almost thought Dolph Ziggler was going to do it. And that would have been interesting because Dolph Ziggler won our Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal in the at WrestleMania. They did it on SmackDown here in real life, but we did ours at WrestleMania. Graziani gets drilled. He gets hit by Chris Avery. Avery, who's he's been pretty much lights out in the backfield. He was a shutdown. What is this? We got Glorious Bowser jumping in here. Let's he posted a hefty. Look at Graziani's pass knocked away, incomplete. Glorious Bowser, saw your post on Twitter, came to show some love. I'm going to lurk and watch while I eat. Come hang out sometime. I will send my community over to support you. We're all in this together. Koopa Troopa, Koopa Troopa. What in the world? It's actually Bowser? Can't tell if it's Bowser or Spam Bot, but yeah, send him over. Well, we got a follow from Glorious Bowser, so we appreciate it, Bowser, for the follow. Please lurk, please hang out. Glad to have you. Well, this is third down for Grand Rapids. They got Bob McMillan, who is a former Arena League coach, in the backfield, and Graziani's pass out to Kevin Ingram is going to be short, and Grand Rapids has to go for it here on fourth down. But anyway, yeah, SmackDown was great. The Hall of Fame, that's been my highlight so far. I always love the Hall of Fame speeches. The Steiners were great. Scotty kept things professional, which was good. Incomplete. How about the 4 and out for the Grand Rapids Rampage? The Undertaker speech, it's an hour. Take the time to go watch it, man. It was incredible. It was awesome. The highlight of the weekend so far. And then I watched Bloodsport as well on Friday. And this morning, woke up, watched the Ring of Honor show. It's going to be a great field position for our brigade. Let's see. Can we go 9 of 9? Oh, man! Off the fingertips of Peterson. I keep calling him Peterman, like Nate Peterman. But it's Peterson, and we couldn't go 9 for 9. He had 8 catches, 8 touchdowns last week against the Nashville Cats. Here, he couldn't make it happen. Man, that would have been awesome. Michael Bishop, though, he's got a wide open Derek Lee, and they just cannot connect. That's 2 wide open receivers that unable to hit right there. My goodness. So that's going to be a third down for the brigade. So, yeah, Bloodsport. I don't like most anything that GCW does, but I do love the Bloodsport shows. I think they're unique and different. The John Moxley-Biff Busick match at Bloodsport was incredible. Boy, no one really open, and Bishop just had to pitch out of bounds. So all defense here in this early going between the brigade and the Rampage. But yeah, Bloodsport, and then I woke up this morning, watched the Ring of Honor show. A lot of surprises, a lot of awesome stuff on that show. Okay, my computer's wanting me to do a restart, but I'm streaming right now. There's no restart to be had. Here comes the field goal attempt, and it is good. Carlos Martinez, first points of the ball game here, 3-0, and a low-scoring arena football game. Look at that. We've had, one completed pass so far? It's rare for the old AFL. But, yeah, Ring of Honor show was great, and then just got done watching TakeOver, which was another awesome show. The ladder match was great. The Women's Championship Fatal 4-Way was pretty incredible. We got a new championship design in that matchup. Bit of a shocking conclusion to the main event. I guess when we're here to talk WrestleMania, right? So I don't want to give spoilers, but if you guys want to jump in and talk, we'll talk about it. But I was not expecting the ending to the main event at Stand and Deliver. Graziani And there's the best offensive output of the game. Graziani hooking up with Kevin Ingram for the first down of the game as well for either team, as it comes about midway through the first quarter. But yeah, so we're going to get into play-by-play mode for the remainder of this one. But as you guys jump in, if you want to talk about what you've seen so far at WrestleMania weekend, your highlights, good pass deflection there. Your highlights, your favorite moments, what you're looking forward to. I'm going to try to watch the Impact pay-per-view tomorrow morning, and then the WrestleCon Super Show as well tomorrow. I always like enjoying that. It's always a fun show, seeing that. One of all the WrestleMania weekend's events at WrestleCon show always has a good mix of people. I guess it's the Mark Hitchcock Memorial Show now, but I just called it the WrestleCon Super Show for so long. But anyway, yeah, jump in, talk WrestleMania weekend with us. What matches are you looking forward to, as we got WrestleMania around the corner, and literally the kickoff show is going to kick off in 2 hours. So definitely let us know what you're looking forward to. Graziani again finding Ingram. So far that has been, we got a new follow. We got Emily ST8584 giving us the big follow here. I never know these accounts. It's professional graphic designer, but they're like spam accounts. So, but whatever, it increases the Twitter follow. So there you go. Looking for the first score of the game here. Grand Rapids, they hand it to Bob McMillan, the legend. He's the cover athlete here on this arena football game, and he was a legend with the Chicago Rush, went on to coach the LA Kiss. Bob McMillan, first touchdown of the game. Todd Severs for the extra point. It is good. And Grand Rapids, they are up here 7-3. That was a 5-play, 37-yard drive, capped off by the Bob McMillan touchdown rush. Anderson on the return, looking for some blocking. Well, he got caught up behind his own man. That was Brent Anderson, and he got stuck behind Warren Marshall. So that was no good. Under a minute to play here in quarter number 1 between the Brigade and the Rampage. Michael Bishop sending Derek Lee in motion, pressure on, and Bishop gets it away, completing it to Brent Anderson. And that's going to be the best offensive output for the Brigade thus far. Derek Lee heads in motion once again. Michael Bishop dropping back. He's going to roll out, and he's going to kind of throw it off the back of his foot. We're trying to get Michael Bishop running. You know, they call him, at least on Wikipedia, they call him the Michael Vick of arena football. He set the AFL record for most rushing yards by a quarterback in a game, but we have not been able to get his running game going. They are honed in on him, and Bishop finds Derek Lee. He gets tripped up and goes face first into the boards. It's hard to get, now I'm using an HD converter plugged into the back of the PS2 to output in widescreen and HD. It's hard to call the numbers because it is kind of still a little pixelated. It's less pixelated than it would be without the HD converter, but it's still hard to see who's making tackles, so to call out the numbers. And well, we know that number, Bob McMillan. It's Iron Man football, so he got the touchdown. He comes in and gets the sack there on to Michael Bishop. Going up against Tony Graziani, who we could have drafted to Kansas City, but we passed him up for Bishop, who was cheaper, younger. And Michael Bishop, not a lot of playoff postseason experience, so that was a risk, knowing that you got a guy like Graziani who did have that kind of experience in the postseason. Bishop didn't, but we took our odds with him, and well, we're both 1-0, so Michael Bishop looking around, man, everybody well covered, and finally he just gets rid of it, and it gets knocked down. See, I can't even tell what number that is. That could be a 9, that could be a 5, that could be a 3. So 4th down, and the Rampage are going to hold once again, so they're getting a lot of stops, forcing Kansas City, our Brigade here, into a field goal. Martinez already 1 for 1, and he is no good. Hits it off the piping, and it is fielded by Wright. And Kerry Wright goes up and over the board. So no points on that drive for Kansas City. And this low-scoring arena football matchup continues here. But we got them backed up here. And you got Chris Avery, who's going to be staring down Tony Graziani. Coming through, and he hits Graziani, who still gets it away, completed to Andy McCullough.
McCullough on the reception. Gain of 6 on the play.
4 of 8, 39 yards so far in this one for Graziani of the Grand Rapids Rampage. Second down and 6 here. Gibson hits Graziani again. Graziani gets hit. And that one goes incomplete. Alonzo Nix dropping that one.
Ball on the 8-yard line.
Graziani is tripped up and sacked by Chris Watton. So one of the bigger defensive battles you're probably going to see all year in arena football. Graziani helped up by Hans Olsen. What a name. Old school name. 4th down and 9. Grand Rapids will send the field goal unit on. Graziani to hold, which can always be dangerous because he can throw it. But Todd Severs attempting his field goal attempt for the second time. He is also 1 for 1, and now he is 1 of 2. And you got to bring it out in arena football, as they say. There's no touchback, so if we just stood there, if we get tackled in the end zone, we get it up to 5. But if we just stand in the end zone, you get hit anyway. So you got to take it out. There's no touchbacks in the Arena Football League. So 7-3 here, about 3 minutes to go in the first half. Michael Bishop, quick pass out to Anderson. And Brent Anderson gets 3 on that play. They're going to mark him at 2. Sometimes those little routes to the wall, it's good to just get some, quick pass to kind of build the confidence up. Derek Lee incomplete. Man, we are way off the mark here. This is a rough go of it so far. The lines in this game, like the dash lines, are a lot more faded out in this game. In the Xbox version, they're a lot thicker, but here they're very faded. Bishop, pressure on, has to get rid of it quick to Anderson, and Grand Rapids holds us to a 3 and out. So field goal attempt once again. Oh, I wanted to do a field goal. Coach is telling me to go for it. I ain't wanting to go for it. That's what messed us up. I hit Coach Pick. We're just going to boot this one away. A field goal, essentially a punt in the Arena Football League here. Carlos Martinez. Now it's right down the center. Let's see. Does he have the leg? No good. Man, it goes underneath the netting into the seats there.
Yeah, hey, are you watching what's going on? Okay. Look, they turned it over. You need to pay attention, okay? Now go put some points on the board. Go! Yeah!
That's interesting. They gave the silver helmet here to Grand Rapids because, well, I only remember them wearing the silver helmet when they upgraded their uniforms. With this look, I only remember them wearing the black helmet. Avery coming in. Good block by McMillan. And there we go. There's the offense you're used to in arena football. Bob McMillan hit the block. And you knew it was only a matter of time. Graziani hooking up with Alonzo Hicks. Touchdown, Rampage, pending the extra point here. It is good, 14-3. Grand Rapids here in the Brigade home opener. They wanted to set off some pyro. They wanted to get hyped up for the home opener here at Kansas City. No hype yet from this offense. Anderson gets some decent blocks. He's able to take it out to the 15. And that's where the next Brigade possession will take place. Midway through quarter number 2 here. And Michael Bishop dropping back. Boy, nobody's open again, and he's going to take a sack into the sideboards. Hans Olsen with the QB sack, and you looked at it, there was nobody open. 22 yards of offense for the Kansas City Brigade here in this one. Bishop. He's got Anderson, who's got a beat. Yes, down to the 5. Brent Anderson. I believe that was Ahmad Hawkins who was in coverage. But that was the best play of the day. Anderson, 4 catches. Peterson has been quiet. We're going to try to run the ball here. Derek Lee. Oh, just shy of the end zone. Derek Lee is going to be about a yard short. We'll try to run it again. Running plays usually don't work too well, but we're going to try it here. We're going to give the ball to Chris Avery. And can't get in. Bob McMillan was there, number 44.
1 yard gain on the play.
I'm going to try to hit, who's X? We're going to try to hit West. Isaac West here. In motion. And got him. Feet down, beautiful. Beautiful play call, beautiful execution. First touchdown of the year and the first touchdown since the Arena Football comeback story. As the Kansas City Brigade finally get on the scoreboard. 14-9 here in the home opener. Extra point is good by Martinez. We're going to go ahead and do one of the classic Arena Football moves. We're going to take an onside kick as we're getting close to the 1-minute warning here. See if we can't steal an extra possession. This is pretty typical if you're not an Arena Football fan. This is a common move when you get close to that 1-minute warning. And that onside kick did not work out well, so we are at the 1-minute warning. And Martinez is hurt. Wow, that's our only kicker. So what do we do in that situation? I don't think I've ever seen that. I've been playing this game for years. I don't remember ever seeing a kicker get hurt. My goodness. Well, let's see how that happened. Graziani pitching it to McMillan, and McMillan is going to be brought down by Derek Lee. And that should stop the clock because that wasn't a first down or there wasn't any positive yardage. So Martinez will be back. It's just an elbow. Come on, you're the kicker. You don't need your elbow. 58 seconds to go. 1-minute timing rules in effect. Although they are not correct in this game, they're still in effect. And there's an interception by Derek Lee. Tony Graziani gives it up. Derek Lee with the INT. And all of a sudden, the Kansas City Brigade can take the lead. We got to time this one right now. See if we can get all 54 seconds to wind down. You don't want to give the ball back to Grand Rapids with time on the clock. Well, we gave it to Peterson. We just went against what we said we were going to do, but Peterson was open, so we took a shot.
First and 10. Ball on the 12.
Time will continue to roll here. 7 of 14 in this one for Michael Bishop. Over 100 yards passing now. Bishop just throws that one away. That should stop the clock, I believe. Timing rules here. No, it keeps the clock going. So that's what I mean about the timing rules being broken. It's supposed to be like the NFL, like it stops on an incomplete pass. And if I were to just sit here and let the clock wind out, the computer would never call a timeout. So for the sake of fairness, I got to keep it going. Derek Lee, touchdown. And here again, the clock should stop on a touchdown. But it doesn't. Because here's the pyro. That's what we've been waiting for. Kansas City Brigade reclaim the lead here. See, they're not going to call a timeout. Which means essentially I can just let the clock wind all the way down to 0. So that is not how the 1-minute timing rules work in Arena Football. See? Like, a part of me feels like I need to just call timeouts just to be fair, because the computer's not going to do it. And the clock is supposed to stop on incompletions and touchdowns. And I promise I'm not going to bring that up on every game, but we're still early on in this series. I feel like I need to bring it up, and the fact that EA had 2 games to fix this, and they didn't, so what the heck. See, that was stupid by Grand Rapids. If the timing rules were correct, or if they knew what they should have called a timeout, get the ball back, score with 10 seconds to go. But knowing that we get the ball, that was stupid that they let the clock run out. So I might have to just burn timeouts on my own just to help the computer out. I've done that in the past, but it's the only way to keep the game fair and balanced in that regard. Michael Bishop. Back to pass. He's got Anderson, who's open. Touchdown. Oh, we get called for holding. No, Chris Avery gets called for holding, and that's going to wipe out the beautiful start to quarter number 3. And the silver and powder blue got to regroup. Man, that's rough. All right. Bishop going to roll out. He had Derek Lee, man. When he rolls out and throws it, it seems to do more harm than good. It'll be 2nd down and 13. I guess we got a 3-yard penalty on the hold, or half the distance to the goal, rather, right? Bishop. Boy, I can't see any receivers on the screen, and that's a safety. I couldn't see any receivers. Oh, my God, I couldn't even see anybody. So it's going to be a safety for Grand Rapids, and they're going to get the ball back. Man, that was an atrocious play. Martinez kicking it back to the Rampage. And Ingram had one stiff arm, and that was it. Tony Graziani and the Rampage offense back out onto the field here. Graziani throwing an interception the last time he was on the field. He completes that one to Kevin Ingram. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention you saw that pancake block. Maybe you didn't. Rewind it if you didn't, by Umar Muhammad, number 35, that's in the backfield. That time he almost misses the block, but he gets it just enough, and Graziani gets the pass away to Hicks. Grand Rapids is moving. 58 yards receiving so far in this one for Alonzo Hicks. McMillan steps back in. Avery coming and incomplete. Graziani looking for Andy McCullough. 1 point lead here. The Brigade lead the Rampage. 17-16. They give it to Bob McMillan, and McMillan is gone. 2nd rushing touchdown of the day for Bob McMillan. The Grand Rapids Rampage are going to go for 2 here to make it a 7-point ball game. Wow. They can run it again with McMillan, maybe. They're not. They're going to throw it, and Graziani misses the mark, so incomplete. Remains 22-17 Rampage over the Brigade here.
Anderson back to return.
Anderson, oh boy.
Got an inadvertent face mask.
5-yard face mask.
Number 28.
Be called there against Jonathan Ordway. Ordway. Jonathan Ordway. If you're just joining us too, we're doing the fantasy draft of Arena Football, where we did all new rosters, shuffled everyone since the league was brought back here by the new secret investor. Michael Bishop back to pass. He's going to go deep for Nate Peterson, and not on the same page here in this game like they were a week ago.
Number 89.
Peterson's been pretty quiet today.
Second and 10. Ball on the 18-yard line.
Second and 10. And Bishop just barely gets rid of the football, stays on his feet, and he finds Brent Anderson for the touchdown. Michael Bishop nearly sacked. And now we're going to go for 2 to make it a 3-point game. Anderson's having the big game today. That's his first touchdown catch, but how about the heads-up play by Bishop and Anderson again? And it's a 3-point game here in KC. 25-22. Still rather low scoring for Arena football. It was week 1. We were in the 60s. And we are going to have other high-scoring games. Don't worry about that. This one we got a little more defense showing up to play. Martinez, who's shaking off that elbow. That should be a deuce. If you watch the IFL, that's the deuce if you kick it through the uprights to get 2 points.
First and 10. Ball on the 5-yard line.
Block picked up by McMullen and incomplete. Bob McMillan.
Incomplete pass. Number 18, the intended receiver on the play. Second and 10. Ball on the 5-yard line.
Tony Graziani dumps it off short to Ingram.
Ingram on the reception.
3rd down here for Grand Rapids.
3rd and 4. Ball on the 11-yard line.
Hand off to McMillan, and McMillan, it looked like he was good for a first down. They're going to call him short. Oh, Derek Lee is injured. I'm checking out this Glorious Bowser now that commented. Wasn't sure if it was a spam or not, but he's got 8,000 followers, so.
4th and 1.
Welcome to the Cooper Troop. My name is Bowser. I'm a full-time streamer from Detroit. This guy's big business. I'm glad to have you, Bowser. Thanks for coming aboard. Graziani pitched it to McMillan. Avery dives, doesn't make it, but instead a whole host of guys. Wayne Gibson, number 99, making the stop. Wow. How about the Brigade getting that stop and can increase the lead here on this possession.
1st and 10. Ball on the 13-yard line.
This is a good field position for KC, too. Bishop under pressure, and he's going to end up getting sacked. Could not get away from Vince Amy. Time will tick down here on quarter number 3.
And long. Ball on the 22-yard line.
Good catch by Derek Lee, staying on his feet. Is he able to push forward? He got thrown into the wall a couple of times. Did he fall forward for the first down? They're going to say 3rd and inches.
3rd and inches.
We're going to try a running play. Don't work often here, but we'll try it. We got Chris Avery. There we go. First down. It did work out that time. First down, Brigade.
On the carry. 1-yard gain on the play.
Well, sometimes these loop pitches work a little bit more.
Ball on the 2-yard line.
And Derek Lee's not in there. That hurts him being injured. He's hurt, and that hurts us. Oh, Derek Lee is back in. How about it? And he's in the end zone. Touchdown, Brigade. On the verge of 2-0.
Yeah, this is my house. This is my house.
Derek Lee's house. It'll be a 10-point lead. This will be one of the bigger leads of the game here. Carlos Martinez. Extra point is good.
Attempt is good. At the end of the 3rd quarter,
32-22.
32, Grand Rapids 22. Kansas City is lined up for the kickoff. Ingram back deep to return.
Fourth quarter, this one will be interesting. Martinez gets a touchback. A lot could happen.
First and 10. Ball on the 5-yard line.
We decided to hold back that time. Didn't work at all. Oh my goodness. Quick touchdown by the Rampage. Alonzo Nix, who's had a couple of nice plays today. We tried to hold back on the blitz and it did not work. Sivers' extra point is good. All right, we got to stay aggressive.
Is lined up for the
Like we just said a few moments ago, a lot can happen in arena football. Down the stretch, that one goes out of the back of the end zone.
Goes through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10.
If we just keep matching touchdown for touchdown, we'll be in a good spot. We'll have to see how it goes. Michael Bishop sending Anderson in motion. Anderson's been the go-to guy. Derek Lee is open. It's caught. Derek Lee goes up over the boards and into the seats, but that was a big play. Derek Lee, who was just injured a few moments ago, getting some love by Brent Anderson. Let's keep this going. 32-29. He had 8 touchdown passes last week, just 3 so far here today. Looking for number 4. Michael Bishop is dancing around. Pressure's coming, and he throws it right into the waiting arms of the Grand Rapids Rampage. Andy McCullough with the interception. That's been a big issue here in this game, is the coverage of the Grand Rapids Rampage, not allowing our receivers to get open like Nashville did a week ago. Bishop was under pressure. They were coming for him. He forced it, interception, and now, as we said, this 2-score lead, it's about to be cut right down, and a touchdown by the Rampage gives them the lead late here. 1-0 versus 1-0. And stay tuned. We got our matchup week 3, the Chicago Rush, after this. Graziani to Nix. Nix goes up and over. He goes into some equipment there.
Gain of 4 on the play. Second and 6. Ball on the 18-yard line.
About 3 minutes to play here in this football game. Graziani, quick pass. Knocked away. How about the defense? John Stevens knocking that one away. So it's 3rd and 6. Now they'd go for a field goal, which would tie it here. That'd be our best case scenario rather than taking the lead. McMillan in the backfield. And Avery comes in. He misses the sack, and Graziani completes it in the corner to Alonzo Nix, and it is a touchdown and the lead for the Rampage. Chris Avery came in, had a shot at the sack on Graziani. Graziani ducked it. Avery hit the turf. And Graziani found Nix in the corner for the score. Oh, man. 2:54 to go. Rampage lead this one 36-32. Oh, that one hit. Whenever it hits that iron, that's, if you're an arena football fan, you know. Whenever those kicks hit the, and we're going to get called for holding. Whenever those kicks hit the iron there, you get those weird bounces. Luckily, the bounce wasn't too weird on that one, but those bounces will screw you up big time.
First and 10.
This is a division game, so we'll see Grand Rapids again later on. We'll head up to Grand Rapids. We're in the American Central here with our Kansas City Brigade. Michael Bishop is going to roll out, and he's going to look for Peterson. And it's batted away, incomplete. Clock will continue to run here on our Brigade. Gonna be an interesting rematch. It's either we're either gonna get all the offense on the rematch, or it's gonna be more of the same. Looking for Peterson, touchdown, Kansas City. Nate Peterson. Peterson had 8 touchdown grabs last week. That's his first of the day today. And with the pending extra point, that'll put us back up by 3. That's good stuff. We needed that. Michael Bishop. Oh my God, the extra point was missed. It's the skinny nets, man. They'll get you. It hit off the iron. It's hard in arena football. You got that tiny room to make the extra point. So now it's a 2-point game, and it's that safety that they had earlier. Grand Rapids, 38-36. It doesn't get any easier as we move on to week 3 after this. Clint Dazell, who's the current coach of the Frisco Fighters in the indoor league. He's going to be quarterbacking the Chicago Rush. Martinez gets that one. Oh, we're going to get a penalty. That one went out of bounds. It didn't go out of the end zone. So Martinez, he's shooting us in the foot right now. The missed extra point and then the kick going out of bounds, which is going to put the football right there for Graziani to easily get the touchdown to Andy McCullough. And that will reclaim the lead, and now we're kind of going back and forth. It's going to come down to final possession here, a classic arena football style, as we're going to go back and forth down the stretch. They're going to go for 2, or the Rampage. They pitch it to McCullough. He can't get in. That'll keep it a 4-score game. They're looking to make it a 6-point game. And that goes out of there. Todd Sievers. 125 and counting. Oh, we get up to 20. How about that? Peterson, open, touchdown. And the Rampage call a timeout to stop the clock, which would normally stop on its own with the 1-minute timing rules if they actually work in this game. It is definitely going to come down to the final possession. It's going to be interesting to see how Grand Rapids plays it. Trying to get as much of that 1-minute clock to tick down, because it's going to, you know, they don't want to give it up to us. There's a lot of time left. That's the key in arena football. Give the ball back to your opponent with the least amount of time possible. We could have maybe even tried to go for an onside kick right there. And, boy, we cannot get this thing straight, these kicks. I'm trying to keep this thing straight. Luckily, it went out of the end zone. So. And there's the 1-minute warning. So this is it. Final minute.
1st and 10. Ball on the 5-yard line.
45-42, a close one here in Kansas City. Graziani, plenty of time, and he finds Ingram.
Ingram on the reception. Gain of 24 on the play. 1st and 10. Ball on the 21-yard line.
Under 50 to play. They're going to snap it. Graziani is going to lose it, but they're going to rule it incomplete. And that's another thing, too, in arena football. You think, well, you know, why'd they snap the ball? Why not let some of the more time run off the clock? Well,
Ball on the 21-yard line.
if they score and leave us with any amount of time, you know what I mean? They want to have the ball, basically, if it makes sense. Oh, there's a fumble, and it's picked up by Avery, and Avery's going to take it back. He's going to get tackled. I was doing a poor job of explaining why that the Rampage would have snapped the ball right there, but their goal was to try to score early, give the ball back to us, hoping we'd score, and then they get the final possession. That's how it goes in the Arena Football League. 37 seconds. We got to go for the touchdown. Make it a 2-score game. That was huge. That was a huge defensive play. Bishop is going to roll out. And he's going to pitch it. And it's caught by Peterson. Touchdown, Brigade. Grand Rapids takes a timeout. They're going to be down by 2 scores. Michael Bishop, your MVP. He hasn't thrown an interception in 2 games, has he? Michael Bishop, man. Oh, boy, that didn't work too well. Well, it gets through, luckily.
Kansas City is lined up for the kickoff. Ingram back deep to return.
Oh, my God. I cannot get this kicking down.
Illegal procedure on the kicking team.
I feel like I'm hitting it
Number
right up
19.
the middle, but I guess I am using a funky controller, too, because this is a really old controller that came with the
Ball on the 20-yard line.
PS2 that I bought on eBay, so it could also be if the stick isn't very straight either. But Graziani, he's going to fumble it again. Back-to-back fumbles. Bob McMillan picks it up. Twice Chris Avery's gotten in there to force it loose to Graziani. 52-42, and Grand Rapids takes their last timeout, and that might do it for them.
Ball on the 15-yard line.
Now, if they score, I'll probably call a timeout just for the sake of the one. I don't know. Should I just pretend like the new rule? I don't know. Off the net. Incomplete. It's live off the net.
The fastball's incomplete. Number 5, the intended receiver on the play. 3rd and 15.
See, now the clock stopped. You saw where last time it didn't stop, but we'll just pretend these are the new Arena Football rules, right? Going off the net again. It is caught by Nix for the touchdown. And they're going to have to hurry up and kick the extra point as the time will wind down, as they are all out of timeouts. That's going to do it. Game over. You guys have to tell me, what do you think?
That's the end of the game. The final
So we get the
score is
win,
Kansas City
but if we're using real Arena
Grand
Football
Rapids
timing rules, the clock would have stopped. They would have had a chance for an onside kick. They would have had a chance to go for one more score. Should I call timeouts to help them out with the timing rules, or should it just be those are the rules? That's how they gave it to us. Let me know. I guess for now, those will be the rules. It's kind of a lame way to end, but in the cards, we dealt with the game that EA gave us, but we go to 2-0, and we win the home opener. So that's a big business there. We'll take a look at the quick stat line. We did have an interception, didn't we? Michael Bishop under pressure. I forgot about that. So 6 touchdown passes, 277 in this one. And Peterson still did have a good game. 3 touchdowns, 122. So we may have underestimated what he did, as he wasn't as dominant as a week before, but still did very, very well. So we will now move into week number 3, and it is 5 o'clock, which means that should be perfect timing for the WrestleMania Night 1 kickoff. The old memory card, right? Save to the memory card. Saving. That was another thing I had to buy. I had to buy the PS2, the memory card, and the Arena Football game just to play this game. And mainly because I wanted this version. I wanted, because the one on the Xbox doesn't have the Voodoo, and it doesn't have the Brigade. So I guess realistically, I could have just kept the, I could have just played my Xbox One, because I do have the 360 here, but I wanted the game with the updated teams. And we get the silver helmet now with the Rampage. So there you go. Let's look at the week 2 scores before we head to Chicago. And we see the Utah Blaze Want to know, did they have a bye week in week 1? Utah Blaze defeating the Las Vegas Gladiators, blowout fashion there. So Vegas going to 0-2. The SaberCats, pretty classic of them. They're always one of the more dominant teams in the league. They go to 2-0 with their win over the LA Avengers, and there's our game right there. We have the Rattlers taking down the Georgia Force, doubling them up. That's another team that's always in the championship. And this was a tight contest. The Voodoo knocking off the Austin Wranglers, 49-42. The Crush defeating the Destroyers, 48-44. There's a low-scoring game for you. Nashville, they go to 0-2. They lose to the Dallas Desperados. The Dragons knock off the Rush in a tight contest to the Chicago Rush, 0-2, as we head into our contest. So 2-0 against 0-2. Kansas City and Chicago. Kevin Swain, he was part of the XFL as well as the Orlando Rage. In 15 games, Swain recorded 94 catches for 1,105 yards, 27 touchdowns. This team, season high, and okay, well, it went right away. All right, All-State Arena. I've been to this arena. This is the arena that Stone Cold Steve Austin says is his favorite arena to perform in. They got the best ambiance. I went to an arena football playoff game between the Chicago Rush and the LA Avengers back in the day, so I've been in this arena before, in addition to my many Tampa Bay Storm games that I've been to. Here you go, the Rush looking desperately for their first win of the year in front of the hometown fans, led by Clint Dazell, arena football legend, still coaching in the indoor game with the IFL. And let's get week number 3 underway here in Chicago. We're going to win the toss. We're going to take the ball first. Give it here. Let us set the pace. I feel like it's a little different in arena football. I think you want the ball first in arena football.
Chicago will be kicking off to start
because you don't want to be going from behind. In arena football, you don't want to be chasing. If you get that lead, the other team's always going to be chasing you. I wonder if that's a uniform. I think the Rush were all blue in the other games. That might be a uniform difference too. But the Chicago Rush, Kansas City Brigade. Here we go. Michael Bishop back on the road. And incomplete. Looking for Derek Lee. That one batted away. As we are just an hour away. I don't know if there's going to be any WrestleMania kickoff matches, but what matches are you guys looking forward to on night 1 here of WrestleMania? Of course, the big hype. Everyone's talking about the KO show. Is the Seth Rollins thing on night 1 too? The potential debut of you-know-who. You know, we got both women's championships on the line night 1. Slow start out of the gate, much like last week. Peterson, though, he breaks loose, and he is going to be in. No, they're going to say he's short. Tackled by Willis Marshall. I thought he was in. Referees rule him down. I mean, the whole end zone glowed. That was a 41-yard pass from Michael Bishop. Handed off to Avery. Chris Avery into the end zone. And the Brigade strike first. 7-0 here over your Chicago Rush. That one will be right down the middle for Carlos Martinez. And now we will see the Chicago Rush offense for the first time. Clint Dazell. He was one of the ones who couldn't win the big one in the Arena Football League. He was a legendary quarterback for many years with the Dallas Desperados. Had some of the greatest regular seasons in Arena Football history, but always came up just short. I couldn't have put that any more down the middle. I don't know what the heck. I'm telling you. I'm easing this like right up the middle and still going out of bounds. The most famous one, I think, of Clint Dazell and the Desperados were when they were 15-1 and they played the Columbus Destroyers, who were 7-9, a losing record in the postseason. And touchdown for the Chicago Rush, Kevin Nickerson. But 15-1 against 7-9, and the Destroyers beat the Desperados. They would go on to the Arena Bowl, and they would get blown out by the San Jose SaberCats. One of two 7-9 teams make the Arena Bowl, the other being the Chicago Rush, who made the Arena Bowl when they expanded the playoffs to 6 teams on each side. They put a lot of teams with losing records in the postseason. And the Chicago Rush at 7-9 would go on to win the whole thing. Of course, other famous losing teams to win the Arena Bowl, the Washington Valor, the year when they had only 4 teams in the league. They went to the postseason at 2-10, and they won the Arena Bowl with that 2-10 record. So there you go. Michael Bishop. Oh man, that's a safety. I thought we got rid of it. So that's the second safety. Did we not let go of that? I guess we didn't. So the second safety in as many weeks, and the Chicago Rush take the lead here. There we go. Up the middle there. That hits the iron, but Marshall's going to recover it cleanly.
Holding, number 6.
We're going to get called for holding, so that's unfortunate. Oh, no, that's on the Rush. Excuse me, I thought that was on us. That was on them. That's Tyrone Jones who got called for holding, so that works out great. 7-9.
1st and 10.
Clint Dazell. Dazell avoids the sack and finds Nickerson.
Yeah, we're unstoppable. That's right. Yeah. First down.
I have a Chicago Rush jersey. I have a Chicago Rush and a Tampa Bay Storm jersey in my closet. A Shane Stafford and a Bobby Scipio jersey. Give me a follow on, if you want to see the jersey, give me a follow on Twitter and tweet me. Say, I want to see the jersey. I'll send you a pic. How's that? Get those Twitter followers up, right?
Number 28, the intended receiver on the play. 2nd and 10.
Single digits so far on the scoreboard. 7-9 between the Rush and the Brigade. Clint Dazell. No blocking there from the Rush. That wasn't even the linebacker. That was Danny Jordan on the defensive line coming in and taking down Dazell. 3rd and 14. 3rd and long for Chicago. Matt Kinzer in the backfield. Avery coming in. He gets blocked. And Cornelius White makes the reception.
5-yard gain.
It's going to be a field goal attempt here for the Rush. Keith McCombs boots the field goal right through. There's an A in there. Keith McComas. I used to live in McComas.
Chicago is lined up for the kickoff. Anderson back deep
12-7. This one feels like it's going to be a high-scoring one, like the opposite. Wow, how about that tackle? Goodness me.
Kickoff return 6 yards.
That was Steve
Anderson
Warren.
on the return. First
It
and
feels
10.
like the way the offenses are going is going to be a lot different than the Grand Rapids game. Bishop just gets it away, incomplete. Did Clint Dazell only play for the Desperados? Let's do a little Clint Dazell history.
2nd and 10. Ball on the 7-yard line.
That's a great name, by the way. That's like a great quarterback name, Clint Dazell. They are too quick. I wanted to have a mobile quarterback. They are too quick to get to us, man. It's almost not fair.
26 on the play.
He went to college at East Texas State, played for the Milwaukee Mustangs, the Texas Terror. He was on the Chicago Bears practice squad. Then he went to Grand Rapids. Oh, yeah, I think he won the title with Grand Rapids, right? He did. Oh, oh my God, here I am saying Look at me, my lack of arena football history. Here I am saying that Clint Dazell couldn't win the big one. He's a 3-time Arena Bowl winner. Let's look at some more. I gotta say my apologies to Clint Dazell. I forgot he was with the Grand Rapids Rampage, 01 to 03. That was when he would have won that title with them. Then he went to Vegas, and he was with Dallas from 06 to 08. Then he coached the Dallas Vigilantes. He was with the Philadelphia Soul as a head coach. And then now the Frisco Fighters. Well, 3-time Arena Bowl champion, but XXX, that would have been as a player, or as a coach, right? Not as a player. Yeah, so he coached. So 2 of those Arena Bowl championships were as a coach that they group into that. So, but he did win 1 Arena Bowl with the Rampage over the Nashville Cats. So he's got 1 Arena Bowl and then 2 as a coach. 931 touchdowns to 155 interception. Pretty good. Let's look at some of these stats for Dazell. I mean, pretty much every year he threw for 4,000 passes. In Dallas, his years in Dallas, 4,685 yards, 105 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, 4,774 passing yards, 107 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Incredible stuff from Clint Dazell. One of the legends of the league, man. He did win the Arena Bowl with Grand Rapids. And 2 as a head coach. First quarter winding down. Bishop cannot find Anderson. It goes incomplete.
The fastball's incomplete. Number 98, the intended receiver.
3rd and 10.
3rd and 10. Ball on the 17-yard line.
Pressure coming. Bishop gets rid of it quickly to Anderson. And he'll have to settle for a field goal.
Makes the catch. Gain of 4 on the play.
That's going to be it. Quarter number 1.
Score is Chicago 12.
The Rush lead this one 12-7. They want us to go for it. You know what? What the heck? I am going to go for it.
4th and 6.
I am going to go for it. Peterson, touchdown, into the boards. Good enough for a touchdown. We might as well go for 2. Make it a 3-point game, not a field goal here. We got to go for 2 in this situation. Out the old double post. Oh boy, I tried to run, it didn't happen. So it's going to be 13-12. All right, Carlos Martinez on for the kick. We'll see how straight we can get it. I felt, oh my God, I don't know. I don't know, man, I'm trying. I think it's something with this controller.
1st and 10. Ball on the 21-yard line.
When Dazell completes that one shy of the first down mark.
Bacon on the reception. 5-yard gain on the play. 2nd and 4. Ball on the 22-yard line.
Dazell still able to get the pass away to Kevin Nickerson, even though he got hit.
I know you like that 1st down, right?
1st and 10. Ball on the 13-yard line.
Push the line.
Is that going to be a touchdown? They're going to say short. Wow. Another one where it looked like he was in, but...
Ball on the 2-yard line.
Hand off to Kinsinger, and he can't get into the end zone. So how about that? Scoring has slowed down quite a bit, hasn't it? And it is a touchdown, Chicago Rush. We're eventually able to punch it in there. Matt Kinsinger. He's going to put some moves on there. He's going to get hit from behind. Classic stuff.
The extra point attempt is good. Chicago is lined up for the kickoff. Anderson back to return.
See how we do on this possession here. Anderson, I would like some better blocking here, please, on these kick returns.
Kickoff return 4 yards.
My
Anderson
goodness.
on the return. Kansas City will start the drive at the 5-yard line. 1st and 10.
All right, Bishop, Derek Lee. Oh man, Derek Lee was open and it was underthrown. Cornelius White batted it down, so that's no good. For Michael Bishop.
Ball on the 5-yard line.
Peterson makes the grab, and he gets upended over the boards by Willis Marshall. First down, Brigade, trailing by 6 here.
1st and 10. Ball on the 17-yard line.
The ball just beyond the 20. Oh my goodness, there's a fumble. It is picked up by Rex Richards. And the Brigade, much like week 2, we're going to have to find a way to come from behind now. My goodness. Oh, man. Dazell. Incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Number 28, the intended receiver on the play. 2nd and 10. Ball on the 21-yard line.
Pressure coming. Dazell. They're going to say incomplete on that one rather than a fumble.
3rd and 10. Ball on the 21-yard line.
(19-13). Dazell is sacked. So quarterback sack by B.J. Cohen. And I stand corrected saying I thought this was going to be our offensive output, which will still get points, but it is slowed down from where it looked like it was going. That one just barely gets through to increase the Chicago Rush lead.
Chicago is lined up for the kickoff. Anderson back deep to return.
Anderson on the return up to the 10 and brought down right there.
Kickoff return 9 yards. Anderson on the return.
All right, what kind of good plays we got to get now for this
Kansas
one?
City will start the drive at the 10-yard line. First and 10.
Oh, we are at the 1 minute warning. Couldn't even get the play away. Well, let's just go for a deep pass, right?
Ball on the 10-yard line.
Let's get the points in the end zone. Bishop's gonna roll out, looking for Anderson, and it's knocked away. Good defense by the Chicago Rush in this one.
Number 98,
So you can't just chunk the ball down the field. You would think on every play, oh, just chunk it down. It doesn't work. Defenses know. They're arena football defenses, man. Come on, they know. Bishop, that one was tipped and intercepted by Cornelius White. We've had a lot of turnovers in this ball game. With 52 seconds to go. That's the only positive here, is we can try to get the ball back quickly. Dazell's going to run. He's not a running quarterback. They're just trying to run the clock, so we're going to take a timeout. That's exactly what the Rush are trying to do. They are, or did they take a timeout? Well, I have no idea then. They took a timeout. Well, I don't know why they ran it then. Kinsinger. So they ought to be letting the time run down. And they're taking timeouts, which they shouldn't be doing. But that's what happens. You're playing against the AI, you know, what the heck. Unless they're thinking they want to let us score, and they can get the ball back and score. But we're going to try to get those 46 seconds. I guess that could be one strategy. We'll take the timeout now, and they will kick the field goal. No good. How about that? A chip shot. Anderson takes it, and he fumbles. No way. Oh, my God. It's going to go back to Chicago.
Almost a disaster down there, but
oh, my God. The chip shot field goal missed. And Brent Anderson fumbled on the return. This is arena football. My goodness. Clint Dazell. Oh, come on. Oh, that was pinned up against the boards. Derek Lee couldn't get it incomplete.
the pass ball's incomplete. Number 28, the intended receiver on the play. Second and goal. Ball on the 9-yard line.
Man. "35 seconds to go. Dazell. Incomplete again, and a possible chance for an interception that didn't happen.
Incomplete pass. Number 22, the intended receiver on the play. Third and goal. Ball on the 9-yard line.
Incomplete. That was a terrible pass by Dazell.
The pass ball's incomplete.
So a lot of time staying on the clock
On the play.
in this 1 minute timing situation. And a field goal attempt here for the Chicago Rush. And McComas hits it that time. Make it 25-13. So time
Chicago
for our
is lined up
brigade
for the kickoff.
to get the score.
Anderson back to return.
All right, Anderson. No fumbling this time.
Kickoff return 9 yards. Anderson on the return. Kansas City.
Well, time does start to run
at
here.
The 10-yard line. First and 10.
But that's what we want. We don't want them to get another possession. Good catch by Anderson.
Anderson makes the reception.
Are they going to take a timeout, or we'll go ahead and take the timeout with 10 seconds to go.
Ball by the offense.
We want to score, but not give them the time.
Ball on the 13-yard line.
They could be saving that last timeout. We're trying to let some of the time wind down. Intercepted. Willis Marshall, and this is so far, this has been Michael Bishop's worst game of them all. This has been Michael Bishop's worst performance. He was player of the game last week. So the Chicago Rush will have 5 seconds on the clock. And they're just going to hand the ball off. Are they going to take their last time out? They do not, so they elect, rather than, I mean, it's arena football. I guess they didn't want to risk a pick six rather than take a shot at the end zone. They call it quits and head into the locker room with the lead. It's going to have to be another come-from-behind effort. The Chicago Rush, 25. Kansas City Brigade, 13.
Kansas City, 13.
All right, see how accurate. I just need to move the arrow maybe and right up the middle. Okay, well, we nailed it that time. Marshall, who had that interception a few moments ago.
Kickoff return, 7 yards. Marshall on the return. Chicago will start the drive at the 7-yard line. 1st and 10.
Clint Dazell, beginning of the second half. Boy, that looked like a broken play. As Dazell didn't know which way he was going. He didn't know whether to scratch his watch or wind his, you know what. He was running around in circles. We need a stop here. This is a big possession that our defense needs to get a stop because we'll be in a world of hurt if Chicago gets another score. And as soon as I say that, it is going to be Nickerson with another touchdown, outpacing John Stevens. So a big lead here for the Chicago Rush, and it's not impossible, but a lead like this is pretty difficult to overcome in arena football, if you can imagine. Extra point is good. (32-13), the 0-2 Chicago Rush leading the 2-0 Kansas City Brigade. That one can be fielded because we don't have the back walls here in the Allstate Arena. Again, I do love that touch for EA. I'll criticize when I need to criticize, but I'm going to give them credit because they could easily just been all rectangle arenas and said, here you go. But they gave us the accurate arenas, how each team, just like baseball. In baseball, each team beyond the home run wall has unique dimensions. In arena football, the end zones have unique dimensions based on the team. Some have curved end zones, some have the rectangles, some have the wide open boards, some have a little bit of space, but there's some wall there, like in New York. They went and they gave us the authentic dimensions for the field, so that is awesome. Michael Bishop, that's a beautiful pass, and it's knocked away. That one couldn't have been thrown any better by Michael Bishop, who's had a shaky game, a couple of fumbles, a couple of INTs.
3rd and 10.
Only 13 on the board to show for it here for the Brigade. Pressure underway, and Derek Lee makes the first down grab. Take that.
Reception. Gain of 14 on the play. 1st and 10. Ball on the 21-yard line.
Even number of plays, pretty even number of yards. Only thing not even on the is the scoreboard. Bishop got hit, just barely got it away to Anderson.
Anderson makes the catch. Gain of 12 on the play.
And it's not so much poor offensive line play. It's another thing that's real different in arena football because you only have so many down linemen. It's pretty common to have that big rush. Well, Bishop tried to run it there, and he got met by Cornelius White and taken down. So that's one thing, unfortunately, it doesn't seem like we're going to be able to do. One of the reasons we took Michael Bishop was to run around with them. And, well, these linebackers hone in on you. See that? Like, as soon as you start trying to run, they're immediately glued to you. How about that, though? Derek Lee, touchdown. That was a must-have for the Brigade. So with the pending extra point, it'll be a 12-point game. So a 2-score game.
The extra point attempt is good.
Need a turnover or a stop in the worst way. About 8 minutes total left in this game, a little under.
Marshall back deep to return.
Oh my God. Well, still got a good kick. Didn't hit the nets, but it will be brought out. Willis Marshall bringing it up to the 10-yard line.
1st and 10. Ball on the 10-yard line.
All right. This is another big possession. Yeah, every possession from here on out for our defense is going to be huge. Dazell, incomplete. Off the hands of Willis Marshall. That was a bad incompletion. For the Chicago Rush, that one was bad.
On the 10-yard line.
Dazell. It's intercepted. There we go. There we go.
We need to get the ball back. We can't let this turnover have wings here. We need to put the pressure on.
That was a big-time stop by our defense. And if we get the ball in the end zone, we're right back in this thing. Then it's anybody's game. That was a stop that we had to have. That was big business right there by our defense. That was huge. Bishop. Oh, man, he got rocked. And then he got sacked by Matt Kinsinger. Kinsinger's been running the ball well today. There he is on defense. Again, Iron Man rules for the Arena Football League. A field goal would not be ideal, but any kind of points here would still help. And we're just looking for Derek Lee and fell incomplete.
The fastball's incomplete. Number 8, the intended
This is already not going well. Again, a shaky, kind of continuing from last week. We eventually got it going against Grand Rapids, but this continues to be a shaky offensive output from where we were in week 1, where we were throwing touchdown passes left and right. So we go ahead and take the field goal. We essentially didn't do anything on that possession after the turnover, which is not what you want. So here comes Carlos Martinez. And we are going to get no points off of that turnover. Man, defense did their part. We blew it offensively. That's rough. That's really rough.
1st and 10. Ball on the 5-yard line.
Dazell, wide open is Marshall. Touchdown, Chicago Rush. Well, folks, it's looking like it might be our first loss of the year. We'll have to see. A lot can happen, but it's not looking good.
Protect the line. Block the kick. Block.
The extra point
Point is good.
Chicago is lined up for the kickoff. Anderson back to return.
Anderson trying to find a seam, and that's about as far as he got.
14 yards. Anderson on the return.
See if we can get a quick touchdown pass.
Ball on the 15-yard line.
Third quarter winding down. Michael Bishop rolling out and pitches it downfield. Touchdown. Brent Anderson. So that's what we're going to have to do. Just got to get a whole lot of scoring right now. At some point, maybe start going for 2-point conversions, right? it
The
is
extra
good.
point attempt is good. Kansas City is lined up for the kickoff. Marshall back deep to return.
Oof. I'm trying with these kicks, I swear. I swear I wasn't even there.
The
It was
kickoff
Owen.
goes through the end zone for a touchback.
We'll see if they get the playoffs, or if it goes to the end of the third quarter. And it looks like indeed the third quarter will come to an
The
end.
score is the home team 39.
39-27 rush all over our Kansas City Brigade. Dalzell nearly got sacked. Kind of a dangerous throw, but was able to get it to Nickerson.
Second and 4. Ball on the 11-yard line.
Another turnover would be nice. The defense probably saying, hey, we already gave you a gift and you blew it. That is true. That is absolutely true.
White makes the catch.
First down.
5-yard gain on the play.
Chicago rush.
First and 10. Ball on the 16-yard line.
Quick pass by Dalzell, and he's able to get that one away to Cornelius White. And that's going to be Chicago's game, man. Just drain the clock. And you hate to come in here and perform like this against an 0-2 team, but you're also playing against one of the greats in Clint Dalzell. So far, it's we're going to school right now. Dalzell's just playing pitch and catch with all his guys.
7-yard gain on the play. First and 10. Ball on the 19-yard line.
Avery nearly got a running start there at Dalzell, and the rush looking like they're going to punch this one easily.
First and goal. Ball on the 1-yard line.
They're going to run it, and it is an easy touchdown for Cornelius White. 45-27. Big blowout here in week 3.
The extra point attempt is good.
46-27. Not good.
Chicago is lined up for the kickoff. Anderson back deep to return.
So you kind of return Anderson can at least give this offense some kind of jump start.
Kickoff return 16 yards. Anderson on the return. First and 10. Ball on the 17-yard line.
Okay, I mean, anything here. Anderson, touchdown Brigade. We just got to keep doing stuff like that, and at some point you start going for onside kicks too. I'm going to go ahead and go for 2-point conversion. Start trying to get anything. I don't start losing points either, but the more we can start gaining points. There we go. 2-point conversion is good. Brent Anderson.
The 2-point conversion is good.
So, 11-point game. I think we can still kick it deep, hope for some defense. We're not out of this yet now.
Kansas City
3 to
is
play,
lined up for the
11-point
kickoff.
game.
Marshall back deep to return.
They go. There's a perfect kick. Oh, I was hoping it was going to hit the iron, give one of those wacky bounces.
Kickoff return, 13 yards. Marshall on the return.
Let's go for our defense here. 30 minutes for the kickoff show for Wrestlemania begins. So tune into that, guys. The running play, and Kinsinger shakes off the tackle from Chris Avery and ends up getting 4 yards on the run.
2nd and 6. Ball on the 17-yard line.
You have to imagine the rush. I think you're going to play somewhat conservative here. They will pitch it again to Kinsinger, and Kinsinger is going to score. Touchdown, Chicago. That'll break the 50-point mark here for the rush. And there just hasn't been any answers defensively. We had the one turnover, and we kind of put pressure on Dalzell, but he's made it really easy, and then we've just had another rough effort for our offense.
Chicago is lined up for the kickoff. Anderson back
20-point lead here for the Chicago Rush. And all that, and Anderson gets up to the 9.
Kickoff return, 9 yards. Anderson on the return. Kansas City
53-35.
9-yard line. First
A minute
and
30 to go here. Peterson, touchdown.
Touchdown, Kansas City.
Well, they want us to go for 2. Is it even necessary, I guess? Yeah, make it a 10-point game, right? We'll have to start going for onside kicks soon, I think. Bishop is in. Got the running play to work.
Is good.
All right, we're going to try the onside. 10-point game. 53-43. And it's recovered by Jones. Tyrone Jones with the recovery. So
First and 10. Ball on the 13-yard line.
maybe we get a turnover here. We'll see. I don't think they're going to get the snap away before the 1-minute timing rules kick in. We do not, so it's 1-minute warning. And again, it's a 10-point game, 53-43, the Chicago Rush over the Kansas City Brigade. Dalzell, touchdown. They'll be an extra point away from 60.
Here we go, yeah! Bring it on!
Clint Dalzell's not much of a running quarterback either, so that's kind of suspect for us that he got in. There he is, your player of the game, the legendary, the current coach of the Frisco Fighters, Clint Dalzell.
The extra point attempt is good. Chicago is lined up for the kickoff. Anderson back deep to return.
Yeah, this is definitely most likely going to be loss number 1 on the year. But, you know, there's never been an undefeated arena football team, so
Kickoff return, 13
it's
yards.
a hard thing. There's been undefeated
Anderson
AF2
on the
teams
return.
before, but
Kansas City
not arena
will
football.
start the drive at the 14-yard line.
60 to 43. We've had some nice touchdown passes here late.
He's going! Blockers!
And
Move it!
out of the neighborhood for Peterson.
Incomplete pass, number 89, the intended receiver on the play.
We've been trying to chip
Second
away
and
at the
10.
lead little by
Ball
little,
on the
but it hadn't been
14-yard
working
line.
out for us. Incomplete. 3rd and 10.
The fastball's incomplete. Number 89, the intended receiver on the play. 3rd and 10. Ball on the 14-yard line.
Take it down. Push the line. Action.
Completed to Anderson. And we will take a timeout right here with 19 seconds to go.
With the reception, 11-yard gain on the play. 1st and 10. Ball on the 24-yard line.
Set. Come on. Action. Watch it.
And that one is out of the back of the end zone. No walls here in Chicago, so
Fastball's incomplete. Number 16.
it's a
the intended
free
receiver on
flowing
the play.
back of the end
2nd
zone,
and
and
10. Ball on the 24-yard
that was
line.
Isaac West who made the grab, but ultimately went out of bounds. Pressure coming, getting it away to Anderson, which is great, but we're going to take another timeout. So we're starting to run out of timeouts here and time, as this has become a lengthy drive all of a sudden.
On the play. 1st and 10. Ball on the 14-yard line.
Set. Go. Away. Come on.
Incomplete.
Incomplete pass. Number 98, the intended receiver
Well,
on the play. 2nd
It's
and 10. Ball on the
I mean, even if we
14-yard
score
line.
here and get the last time out, we're going to lose all our time on the extra point. So it's pretty much going to be it for our brigade. Peterson is open, and it is out of bounds. Oh, my God. Again, the back of the wall not being there in Chicago. So this will be your final play.
Ball on the 14-yard
Bishop
line.
ended up finishing 316, 5 touchdowns with the 2 picks. He had the fumble. The turnover ultimately hurt us in this one. Bishop is going to run around, and he'll throw it up to Derek Lee, incomplete, and there is our first loss of the year. The Chicago Rush take this one 60 to 43.
Please drive all safety.
There you go. There's the first loss of the year. Can't win them all, as they say. You know the numbers for Michael Bishop, but Clint Dazell. I mean, he only had 3 touchdown passes, but he still was 13 of 21. So not even that impressive a day, like compared to what we did. The numbers aren't even like that big as far as anything, but they still, I mean, they got us. It was the turnovers ultimately that ended up getting us here in this one. So we'll take a look at some final scores, and then we will wrap up today's stream. And we're going to get ready for Wrestlemania, right? Get hyped up. Little wrestling break, and then we can get right back to the Wrestlemania action. Kickoff show starting at 6, so. Let the memory card do its thing. All right. Simulate the rest of this week. And we can look at our week 3 scores here. Just a moment. So we got the Soul up next, who are undefeated. So let's look at what happened. We had an overtime, our first overtime game of the year. So the Blaze lose to the LA Avengers. The Crush take down the Desperados, and there was our game. The Dragons remain unbeaten over the Nashville Cats. The Georgia Force get their first one of the year over the Austin Wranglers. The New Orleans Voodoo take down the Tampa Bay Storm, a rare 0-2 for the Storm, or at least this era Storm. The Tampa Bay Storm, the last couple years in real life, were pretty bad, but these Tampa Bay Storm with that logo were kind of the class of the Arena Football League. The Soul 2-0 over the Orlando Predators. That was a tight contest. Low-scoring one here, but the Rattlers remain unbeaten as they take down the Las Vegas Gladiators. So we'll get a quick look at where we are so far, and look at that. All the scores have been pretty much they've been pretty much the same. Look at that, 60 to 40, 50 to 40, 60 to 40. So they've been pretty in line. So there you go. Well, we got the Soul up next. I guess we can just look at our schedule, right? Then we take a bye week. Then we get the Colorado Crush, a late game against the Soul, actually, at 10:30 p.m. What the heck? And then we get the Colorado Crush. Then we travel out to Dallas. We get Nashville again, Utah. Then we got the rematch with the Rush, the Rampage, another bye. Then Vegas, New York, Columbus, Colorado, Arizona, and LA to round out our season. So that'll do it for week number 3. Thank you guys for tuning in, and let's get back to more Wrestlemania.